Hey there, we're back with more Pathologic. I have not played this game for like 7 months, so it's probably going to take me a little bit to get my sea legs again, if you can bear with me. Before I start the clock, let me review my notes so far. We want to press Q to bring up the quest menu. There's a daily quest every day that must be completed before the day ends. We occasionally get letters that I can access by pressing L. I got a letter that says the epidemic must be solved before the Inquisitor arrives. That the powers that be are out to kill me, and it's possible that I nearly died in the first day of the investigation and just barely avoided it. The body of the murder we're investigating has been isolated by Rubin. I'm currently trying to talk to people that are on the map. I have to keep an eye on my hunger meter because I almost got it down to half. Check trash cans constantly for things to sell. There's a kid I'm sitting in front of named Sticky who's supposed to tell me where a house to investigate is. He said it would be silly to try every door. Didn't update the quest log. I'm going to try to talk to him more, dive further into his dialogue tree, and just test every door. Pathologic 2 is the same game, but more polished. Like, should I be playing Pathologic 2, Raker? Because maybe it's something to consider because it sounds like it is possible to game over in this game in a way that you can't really recover from. You have to start over.
So, I've seen the Haruspeks. Didn't look too happy.
Say you've seen a silent house. It's incomplete at the moment. Okay. Can you check me like doctors do, just in case? Fever, you're fine. Should beat the living daylights out of you. Have you sneaked into infected houses? Which ones? One's really close, just across the yard. One freaky place. Bloody mold was crawling up the walls during the first outbreak like a scab. Scab on stone walls? That thing's carrying the disease, which is why it's so creepy. What if it crawls further? That's where Amara, Shabnak, has had a feast. There's definitely some, like, Lovecraftian stuff going on here. What makes you think houses like these are infected? Simon died of a disease. I put two and two together. I'm not a baby. I know how things work. Don't believe in all that step stuff. Silent house is nearby. Come, I'll show you. No, I'll show you. Okay, so it gave me an update there in the quest log. It's supposed to be across the yard, so I'll give that a try. 3 characters you play as. Pathologic 2 only has one of them. Which one is in Pathologic 2? So check all the trash cans. Can sell stuff. Did I get a marker on the map? Across the yard. Playing as the Bachelor right now. Do the different playthroughs talk to each other? Would it make sense for me to use Pathologic 2 to play the Haruspeks one? And just use this one for Bachelor and Changeling? Says it's across the yard. I see. Because then in 2 you'll appreciate what they've improved. Gotcha. I like the idea of this game. The only other game that I've played that's kind of like it is Stalker. weird, like... hypernormalization. Okay, let me talk to the kid a bit more and see if he can give me a map marker for this. I tried all the buildings across the yard that he mentioned. Real quick, can I... Okay, I was just wondering if I could turn off the head bob. I guess not.
I can barely stand. Am I sick?
You quench your thirst for acts of valor. For all it's about a turn skin, a bloodsucker, a man-eater, about being a man and about being a woman. I've heard the tales of an invisible, many-headed beast that can go through walls, but that's all hogwash. What else is there to find? The killer's unusual, but it exists. We need to be looking for the carrier of the disease. Now I hear a man talking. Who is it? Man-like creature, skin so pale it seems to be gleaming. It comes from under the ground sometimes. Turns up around the rotten field between the cemetery and the abattoir. Have you seen it? Tried to follow it a couple times, but it always knows it's being followed. It fits the description. Has several heads. That was a stupid joke, boy.
Something's on. I feel makes my hair stand on end. Someone's leaned against my...
Okay, he doesn't have any more dialogue. So he said it was a house across the yard from him. I don't think that updated my guide here. Yeah, and I didn't get a quest log update. So I'll keep looking out in the yard here. Maybe there's another option still. Shouldn't be it, but let me see what they got in here. Yo. I sell you some of this junk I got. Clothes, drugs, rations. No, thank you. It's right-ish. Maybe it's one of the highlighted lighter color buildings. I'll try checking. There's one down this way that I didn't go to. Sometimes I need to have numlock on for the timer to trigger, so if it gets shut off, I'll hit the button and it won't go and I won't notice it sometimes. Some other kind of build. Really need a map marker for this one because across the yard is not very descriptive in this case. I think that's my only lead at the moment. I can maybe go talk to Anna. It's the house with the kid. Let me try going all the way down to Peter Stamaton's studio, maybe? Are interactable houses always highlighted in the map in a different color from this brown color, or does that change based on event flags from talking to specific characters? Like, if I see a house that's in this color, does that mean it will never be able to be entered? Or not necessarily? Some houses that are brown can be entered. Okay, thank you. This place does seem pretty gross. This might be the one I'm looking for. I gotta find a way to get inside though. The other side of that fence? Let's see. I know time's a wasted, so I might end up having to load my save here to make sure I didn't waste all this time trying to find a way into this house. Spooky. Oh, that looks good. What's wrong? Can't you see me? It hurts my head. It's about to burst. Blood's curdling in my veins. There are no children here. I keep hearing children's voices. You're delirious. There's no one here. Who's shambling around the house and why? I'll be back. Take the key. Actually gave me a key. The dialogue in this game is so strange. I'm gonna ease your suffering. Whoa. Giving me infection to be near her? That's creepy. Can she not, though? Oh, there's several of them. Just lost all immunity, whatever that means. What is this house? What's the nature of the filth of the inflammation that covered the poor woman's body? The rulers require proof, and this is it. I'll prevent Saburov with the key, a grisly memento that unlocks the secrets contained within this diseased place. Creepy. So if I do something that, like, is a significant waste of resources, or risks soft locking me, I guess go ahead and just tell me. I know part of this game is uncovering the mechanics as you play. Like, it wasn't even clear to me that I was risking death during the first day. Oh wait, that's Sticky's house. Think I can get down to his house this way? Okay, so my immunity builds back up over time, I guess. It's like a bar that Do I want that to be empty or do I want that to be full? I had that confusion earlier with the hunger meter. But like, I think when it was full, that meant I was almost starving to death. Full is better. Okay.
Without the mistresses, the ruler's struggle for power will turn into a military confrontation. But Katerina? No, wrong.
Found proof, Governor. Here's the key to a house where several people dying in agony are waiting for anyone willing to examine them. Will that be enough? Received a report of your spectacular success. News of your deeds precedes you. Convey your opinion to Kain and Olgimsky. Okay. You have enough food. You're not starving, you're dying of exhaustion. Profiteering always goes hand in hand with catastrophe. Like, the actual core gameplay loop of Stalker isn't very similar to this. It's more of a open world shooter, but the like weird tone where things don't make sense and everyone is just okay with that, right? I guess Graveyard Keeper does too. Is it just like Slavic developers? Accurate representation of Eastern Europe. Russians are the Japanese of Western game devs. It's an interesting thing to try to piece together. I'll have to dig up the link for it at some point, but I watched a documentary about hypernormalization in the Soviet Union right before the fall. Just this idea that you couldn't trust your own eyes a lot of the times. You had an intuition of what was actually happening, and everyone around you would pretend like things weren't occurring that way. So you would just normalize things and be like, whatever, I'm gonna proceed as though this is true, even though it obviously isn't. It's actually a really good setting for a horror game. Yeah, pointing out the bad thing is the same or worse as causing the bad thing. So it's this sort of like shared social agreement to pretend like everything's fine when it's clearly like a nightmare world.
Guests are always welcome here.
Expected visits. Must be elsewhere in this building. So I think my immunity bar is building back up to where it was before I got attacked by those ladies. I think we started to see it a little bit in the U.S. in the past few years, of like it just being too much to grapple with the nightmare world. So best thing you can do is just kind of put your head down and tend to your work and not think about it. Because to actually honestly try to grapple with it is gonna fuck with your sanity.
Many a mickle makes a muckle.
See what you've done, Doctor. You won't be able to leave this place now. The town is blocked off. Transferred my powers over to Saburov. Trying to keep track of the audio here. Turning it up a little bit. Let me know if it's too quiet. Didn't hesitate to express his gratitude by assigning me to the position of an intendant. I'm not planning to leave. Get to know your new allies better, the Kains and the Saburovs, otherwise it will be less dramatic. Vlad agreed to delegate his authority to the head of the Saburov family. Okay. Go talk to Kain. Let's go. Characters have extra dialogue after the conversation ends. You just keep talking to them until they start repeating things, basically. Okay, thank you. Keep that in mind. I think it was last episode where it became apparent that we have to root around in trash cans constantly, which is pretty funny. Yeah, I guess the hypernormalization thing isn't, at least to me, I didn't read it so much as like fear of a totalitarian state. Like, I'm sure that's, you know, a pretty huge part of it, but mostly it's just that, like, it's hard for our brains to deal with crazy incongruities and crazy dissonance, and it's easier to just, like, not think and try to just like focus on yourself and focus on doing the laundry. And doubly so when there are actual authoritarian consequences for thinking and sharing your public thought, but are those little currency items that I pick up randomly, are those actually placed on the ground that I occasionally stumble over, or is it just you're like earning a salary as you walk? It's not actually tied to specific locations. Is it just a random chance for it to happen whenever you walk, or is it like there are actually thousands of coin pickup locations scattered throughout the game? Okay. I gotta beat this game so I can watch the H-Bomber guy video about it. Hey, dude.
He's a brave man, this Haruspex, worthy of Isidor's name.
I thought your ignorance of our local affairs would mystically skew the circumstances in your favor. Forgive me, I was wrong. Disease is spreading around the town already. It's necessary we urgently appoint mid-level executives. Get all the doctors and hospital attendants. Saburov take care of that. He was the one to demand emergency powers from us, which were granted. Already sent all my men to assist him, as well as an appreciable amount of money to fund his further administrative activities. What are you going to do? We will fight until the very end. I will personally persecute those who dare describe this disease as preordained divine retribution. Retribution for what? Sooner or later, the one who dares challenge the mechanics of nature will pay the price, but this is not something we'd want to believe. People keep saying we're doomed. They might as well bring about our extinction. I would never draw a conclusion like this. I would bring my whole life work to naught. Leave you on your own in this battle. We have a common foe and we will fight this foe together. We're in concordance with one another, not a moment too soon. I can go back to Alexander for now. Still to present my official papers to him and discuss my further authority. I'm bound by the power of my word. Whichever shape the enemy assumes, the substance of our confrontation remains the same.
I'm too old. Nothing can harm me anymore.
Do we still have a shred of hope? There's always hope.
He's a brave man, this
Okay, so if I talk to them twice and I get the exact same dialogue, I'm probably good to leave. We need to go back to Alexander, right? This is one of those games where, like, the weird indie stilting nature of it, where it's kind of unpolished, sort of contributes to the horror. Like, I'm sure it's just a technological limitation that the zombie ladies that showed up in that house who came after me look like 90% of the other random women NPCs in the game. But despite that being a limitation, it still made me legit worried when I started seeing those same NPCs walking around outside under normal circumstances. I see my... Where do I see my current statistics? Does that show up somewhere? I'm trying to try different buttons. It's not tab. It's not enter. Alt. C. I want to see what my current hunger value is. Being more polished makes some of the creepy stuff stand out less. That makes sense. I haven't played too many games like this where, like, part of the game is understanding what the game expects from you, like what the core loop is. I kind of get it better after the first day that you got to do an investigation every day, and if you fail, you die. Or at least something very bad happens. Yeah, this is scope. me check the controls just real quick. Plague Finder. Character status is P. Okay, so hunger, exhaustion. But drinking water fucks with my exhaustion. Okay. I'll take a nap once I talk to Alexander. Yeah, that's the character's name. I don't think you can name them. The immunity meter we want to be full, but the exhaustion meter we don't. Does that make sense?
I'm afraid I'm of little use now.
Are you daydreaming?
I...
Okay. She's got nothing new to say.
Without the mistresses, the ruler's struggle for power will turn into a military confrontation.
This guy looks like
Katerina?
Christopher Walken.
No, wrong.
Received express messages from Kain and Olgimsky. No one will dare interfere with my choices now. We're declaring quarantine. Create an anti-epidemic operational headquarters. I plan to assign ourselves to be its supervisors. Let's fight shoulder to shoulder. I need unrestricted authority, access to all districts, and a personal firearm. Infected districts will be blocked off. No one will leave the town until the situation is resolved. You'll be allowed access to any and all areas of the town. Provide the population with clear instructions. I need a weapon and the unrestricted right to use it. He's just not talking to what I'm saying. Where and when can I be armed? Firearms are rare in this town. If you need a gun, your best bet would be looking for it on the black market. Some townsfolk may keep makeshift, out of date, or makeshit, prohibited guns. This is regrettable. Thank you for this anyway. Do what you think is apt. Take good care of yourself. Drink, eat, sleep. Be careful. Many will take advantage of the situation to either settle old accounts or fulfill hidden agendas. Spare the lives that can be spared. Oh, I've got a gun.
Yes.
Prices are rising with every passing minute. People are panicking. Isn't this reason enough for the rulers to declare a state of emergency? Over nothing, the panic makes perfect sense. We stop lynching girls on a charge of cannibalism and possession of 2 souls. But if the dead keep piling up, they'll go looking for someone to pin that on. We're able to stop the threat, but only if I'm supported rather than stonewalled. I know what I'm doing. I don't, though.
Now or never.
Go sleep in your bed, dude. I probably still have stuff to do on this day, but let me check. The power struggle between the ruling families has ceased. They've appointed Saburov as governor and granted him full civil and judicial control. He's declared a state of emergency. They will quarantine the town, and now everyone's looking to me to suggest a further course of action. Sleep for like an hour. Okay. See if it wants me to go talk to anyone else here. Okay. I don't think there's anything else for me to do today then, if I'm understanding things correctly. So maybe I can just keep sleeping and that'll be fine. Mission remains obscure. Examination of Simon Kain. Shake the foundation of modern thanatology. Chugging water makes my character crazy tired, apparently. Don't think I have any new notes, right? Make urgent houseful arrangements. Those show up as new markers. No, I think I already did those. There's supposed to be a pop-up that tells me when I get a new note, right? Already read all this stuff. These are from each new day.
My chest hurts.
My chest hurts. All right. I'm gonna go try to get some better food instead of just chugging water constantly so that I can actually sleep. I still don't have a full grasp of the core loop of this game. This looks like a pharmacy. Immunity booster. Don't sell my gloves. It seems like a bad idea. Getting my health up is probably a good idea eventually. Let me see if I can find a meat store. Do we think that, and I'm okay for chat to help me out here, but do we think that I'm done with questing today? Because today's quest has this triple star next to it. Power struggle has ceased. They're looking to me for guidance. I don't know if that, when I see those triple stars, that means I can just focus on like taking care of myself, eating food, that kind of thing. Getting rest. Bone necklace. Bronze bracelet. I already bought all this guy's meat, haven't I? Should I gotta find another store then? Find another meat shop. You get double asterisk for the last entry that we're good for the day. Okay. At that point, I can just focus on eating, drinking, and not dying from exhaustion. Fresh fish, vegetables. It's not letting me select these other ones because they're too expensive. $16.50. Okay. Think I traded it there? No. Maybe I have to like click the check button once I've done it. Okay. Such a weird menu. Alright, that helps significantly with my hunger. That's weird. Imagine. This game kind of reminds me of Lisa in that respect, that I feel like the lack of polish could turn somebody off from it before they kind of get to what makes it interesting, you know? So I'm glad that Pathologic 2 is happening for that reason. So why is my health just draining constantly? I need tourniquets for that? Seems bad. Do I get to equip gloves just by virtue of having them on me? Was it because of the infection amounts? I didn't realize that that was causing a dot on me this whole time. What can I do to clear infection then? There's a small amount of health. Can I pretty much safely sell any of this stuff, like needles and I can't tell if any of this stuff actually gets used for other purposes. There's no medicine in that store other than stuff that restores health directly. I might already be screwed and need to load my save from before. Let's try this one.
I can barely stand. Something's on.
Is, like, rifling through trash cans really the intended way to make money in this game? That's funny. The garbage economy. Can't you see me? There are no children here. Leave me alone. Now that I know you're there. Okay. So I have 0 infection, and my health isn't going to be draining constantly now. I guess I've learned about how infection works. So let's go talk to Alexander. Seems like drinking water effectively has you trade hunger for exhaustion, but not in a way that gets you ahead on either value, right? Because if you drink water, your exhaustion will go up by the same amount, and then if you go rest on a bed, your hunger will go up by the same amount, your exhaustion's going down. So just a way to stave off disaster temporarily, I guess. Yeah, I thought maybe the infection meter was like, once this thing fills up, then something bad's gonna happen. Should be able to do this way more efficiently now that I know where I'm going. I guess I'll save just in case some rando attacks me. Does garbage only have stuff in it once ever, or do the containers change every day? Okay. I thought it was the kind of thing where, like, it wouldn't matter until the meter was full. It's all 1650, geez. Not worth it. So maybe part of what you want to do is like look into every single trash can in the game world every day, if possible. Now, the dialogue has been talking about how the prices are high today. Does that mean that the prices automatically change based on how panicked everyone is? Is this like a COVID-19, all the toilet paper is sold out type situation, or are those prices static across the duration of the game? Do you have enough food? You really that low on provision? So maybe I don't want to spend all my money buying a single piece of meat. Maybe I should try to starve temporarily and make it to the next day when the prices might change. Okay. I think I get it. Let's barter, lad. So this is where I was saying that kids sometimes like things and will pay you more. Oh, so he's got super cheap painkillers. It's kind of a neat idea. What are you doing with drugs, kid? So, like, you want to keep track of what the shops pay for things and what randos on the street pay for things. I'm wondering if I should, like... I feel like I probably shouldn't pull up the wiki for that. But maybe I should make a notepad file tracking it. Kids like sharp things and will give you drugs for them, apparently. True to life.
So Saburov wants power.
Okay. I already did this, which is why I'm skipping the dialogue. I just reloaded my save and avoided getting infected. Cross over there now. Garbage economy. Hey kid, you got any drugs? Shotgun shells. Yeah man, kids don't know what they got, apparently. So a big chunk of this game is like exploiting children who have found precious objects for not knowing how much they're worth. giving them trash in exchange for it. A huge wave of homeless and orphan children following the Russian Civil War, having to live a ruthless life in the streets. It's often reflected in Russian culture works. Interesting. Who is the Mad Tailor? Who needs money when you've got knives? Pins and fish hooks.
I have a heartache.
Heartache? I thought you said I have a hot take. What's your hot take, Kain? Do you got a hot take on like DreamWorks movies? Okay. Kain apparently been spitting hot takes since 05. Yeah, exactly. Tell me all about how Ryan Johnson ruined your life, Kain. Media is so obsessed now with subverting expectations. Well, as the leader of a barren, hopeless, disease-ridden, riddled Russian hamlet, all right, let's try to find. I'm gonna go back to Alexander now, and then I should be able to save and be back to where I was before I loaded before. I think we're doing okay. Hunger's getting kind of bad, but I'm gonna try to hold out until tomorrow. I guess that's what you might use water for, is to just kind of keep your hunger and exhaustion in balance until food gets cheaper. Because if I knew what I was doing from the beginning, I would have spent most of day one opening as many trash cans as possible and buying a shitload of cheap food before the panic got out. So if I ever do get to a point where I've soft locked and have to start over, I guess that's what I'll do. Just for my planning purposes around this game, are we expecting that that's going to happen at some point? That I'm going to have to start over? At least to me, it feels like I really wasted the first day of gameplay and most of day two. I'm still wasting time now because I'm still not clear what the overall loop's going to look like. Can you get more money selling a bottle of water than just an empty bottle? I'm going to add something to my notes here. Press P to open character screen. P for player, I guess. outfit. See, that makes it seem like I should be able to equip these clothes. Just left-clicking them cause you to equip them, I guess, maybe? Oh yeah, it did. Okay. Weird. Okay. Yeah, I just worry that I get to a point that, like, I can't stave off hunger or exhaustion or whatever just because I haven't gathered enough resources by that point. Trade presents. Lockpick. She likes my fish hook, and that's it. Is it just the children that will barter with you, or do adults do it too? It seems like most of the adults just, like, you comment on their clothes and that's it. Creepy picture. Shh. Hey dude, give me a gun.
Without the mistresses, the rulers struggle.
Cool. Okay. We're caught up to where we were before. Got the triple asterisk. I might just go on a trash hunt. Cover as much of the town as possible. Alright, Razor. Did you guys know those are worth like hundreds of coins? Is it just the buy prices that change from day to day, or do the sell prices change too? Drapery. Single-use item is thrown away before entering a building. Cover yourself in a sheet? Ah. I need to like make my own map with a location for all the trash cans. Come to the shelter as soon as possible. The prices are rising by the hour. Don't think that's a new thing. Building number 4, the hospice, Grace's Lodge, studio. Sticky's house, the rod, the willows, the town hall, the shelter. I don't have that marked on the map, but maybe I should do it? Question mark. Do I get side stuff to do every day too in the form of the letters? I assume, well, I guess we'll see. Need a double jump so I can clear all these fences. Turns out this game's actually a Metroidvania. Does Pathologic 2 include a redo of the script as well? So I feel like that would be a double-edged sword, because not knowing what the hell is going on because the script is weirdly written, and like the character barks seem to be disconnected from what they're actually talking about. Hey, thanks, Burner. Shall we barter, perhaps? Folder ammo, lockpick. That's not a good deal. So it'll only highlight stuff in my inventory that the person I'm bartering with is interested in. Appreciate it, Burner. So has a surreal, existential feeling to it. This one, it feels like it's like out of order sometimes. Shall we barter, perhaps? No, we shall not. Definitely adds the creepy quality. Yeah. Drugs. I haven't found any adults to trade yet. Hey, what's up? You have nothing to say? That's weird. Okay. Why do y'all have creepy paintings in your houses?
There are dark rings under your eyes.
You were the person that came to Maria Kaina in a dream. My name is Daniil. You always have guests, but your face looks sad. Who are the capital M mistresses? Do you not have creepy paintings in your house? Dream mistresses. Kaina, Olgimskaya, and Saburova. These clairvoyants terrify me. You have creepy paintings. I think part of what creeps me out about this game is that the protagonist is like along for the ride. The player dialogue options are as weird as the NPC dialogue options, right? It's completely unwilling to do the like Trails of Cold Steel thing and have the player character constantly reflect on, man, that thing you said was really weird.
Haruspex was offered 100,000 for his inheritance. He refused.
Cool. Okay. Prices are rising by the hour. Someone has admitted I am right. We need to buy emergency rations, a lot of them. How much do you need? What did you do to make that happen? Can I become one of these people? Looked at all the money I could find, sent couriers on a shopping mission, find the best prices. We'll have the Youngers, Yulia's, and Maria Kaina's donations. Tell them you're acting on my behalf. Need to find the best prices and buy as much bread, smoked meat, and fish as possible. Where can I find the best prices? Ask the townsfolk, they should know. Will they, though? It doesn't seem like something they would tell me. Okay. Can you pick this charity for me, please? Okay, so I'm going out during an epidemic, going grocery shopping, practicing social distancing. Oh, is the little meter at the bottom of that scope like a battery or something? Think your character would just have a mask as a doctor? What can I do for you? Scared the shit out of me.
Why can't I move on my own? I'm feverish. What can it be?
Why do you believe me? I found the proof I was looking for. Oh, nice. Fill it with, like, pretty incense. Yeah, they all have barks that I think are intended to serve at different points in the story. So I think they sometimes give away things that haven't happened yet, which contributes to the feeling of everything being wrong.
Who in this town can replace? Most men only die.
Or a town with the money and continue with your life. Several loaves of bread, a few bundles of dried fish, and legs of smoked meats. Didn't get a quest marker for it, but it mentioned I could talk to Victor Kain. Cool.
I feel as though my blood is getting thicker. An omen, is it not?
Executed captain's daughter. I'll send her some money tomorrow. Come here at her behest. Every minute counts in the situation we found ourselves in. Wow. Gave me more money as a side mission. At the reward for reading the text. Found the murderer for you. What can I do for you? Reward you for every life you save. How does one leave this place? Train must be allowed in, it cannot be allowed out. Oh, what the fuck was that? The polyhedron. That's creepy. Okay, I've got my own hunger problems at the moment. The train might come soon. Sanitary trains are exempt from quarantine. Okay. Gotta find a shop with the cheapest prices. Every food store I've been to has been insanely expensive so far. Prices change by the hour, basically? Are they like cheapest in the morning then? I feel like this game is like borderline walkthrough bait. Or at least play it once, you know what the fuck you're doing, and then reload the beginning of the game. Now you know what's going to happen on every day. Rush down all the objectives. That's a clothing shop. Can't get those marked on the map, can I? Young lady, where's the cheapest provision store? Let's barter, lad. He also has drugs. Oh, but razors are worth way too much money for that. Yeah, I imagine. Like, now that you know what the events are, there's no surprise anymore. It's interesting. I have no idea how forgiving this game is so far. Like, the genre would suggest very unforgiving. $1650, $1650, $3,300. Jesus. Might be my only option. Let me go collect money from the other donors here. Oh, I see. Just showing that it's one of my side quest locations. Gotcha. That's the actual shelter proper. That's why I got confused. Can I drink coffee? I think I realized how weird this house is. What the fuck? Like, I think that's on purpose, but it looks like they just didn't load part of the building. It's by design, though. Creepy paintings.
What?
What? Man's death has nothing to do with it. Did you not make fun of the Shabnak rumors yesterday? Is the concept of the disease that much more familiar to you than that of a man-eating abomination made of clay? Do you trust Rubin's opinion? That is none of your concern. I've yet to see any proof the outbreak is real. Yikes. This is exactly the kind of blindness that kills people during emergencies. Thank you for your donation. This game hits different in the wake of COVID. Started playing this game on Subblock before COVID started. Yeah, it's a trade-off thing, I think, right? Like, if you made this game more gamey, video gamey, and more like strictly playable, I don't think it would achieve the same tonal ends. I mentioned that talking about like old school RuneScape quests that are basically walkthrough bait. They're very, very difficult to do without a guide or without reading the wiki. But as a result, they're way cooler than any of the quests I've seen in like mainstream modern MMO like World of Warcraft. 1650 was my most recent cost. It might just be what I gotta pay for it. This fish looks like it's more expensive. Several loaves of bread, bundles of dried fish, smoked meat. Maybe I'd have to buy one from each of the stores here. Oof. Okay, the shotgun shells are worth a decent amount. Good to know. Some crackers for myself. One could exchange a large walnut for something valuable. Can never be infected. Yikes. That had almost no effect. Wow, this is useless. He didn't have bread, did he? This fish seemed like it was too expensive. Egg. Stale bread. I got another donation to pick up. I'm going to try to find another food store. Might just be that I have to go to all of them to get all the things they need. It's a pharmacy, which I don't want to mess around with. How long is the speed run for this game? Sup? 1650. I need fresh fish. Okay. Oh, dried fish. I don't think I'm able to afford all of it, unless if there's a secret store that I've been neglecting that's worth a ton of money, or has food dirt cheap or something. Or if this last person gives me like $10,000. Someone make an actual, like, trash cryptocurrency. Little QR codes on trash cans across the world. You scan them and you get, like, 3 shekels. Half an hour for 80%. Eva's note. Told me what kind of a killer it was you caught yesterday. No one believes you yet. Always believe anything you say. Just leave the town immediately this very minute. Come back to Stillwater. I'm desperate to see you. Maybe I'll try.
Horaspeks did have the guts to accept his heritage in the end.
Come at Lara Ravel's request. Can your father be convinced somehow? No use trying. Accepts you might be right, he accepts it, but he won't admit it. See the difference? Getting solid proof is disadvantageous to him for some reason. I don't like this. Okay, I feel like I have to disturb his father, though. But I don't remember where he is. Vlad the Elder? Okay, I think he's north. Maybe one of the shops across the river is better. I'll stop at the Elder Vlad's house, see if he'll give me some money, check for shops across the river, and then try to clean up. Definitely have to buy some food for myself at some point, though. This is bad. Needle. Shall we barter, perhaps? Probably get more cash for that. So basically anything that's actual garbage when you take it to a store will probably trade to a non-store NPC 1-to-1. And then things that are worth a lot in a store you shouldn't give to NPCs, if I'm following correctly. Everything will be fine. Will it, though? Doesn't really seem like it. Why do you kids have so much frickin' ammo? This guy looks fun. Oh, how ferocious Mother Nature is. Water for bandages. He doesn't have anything to trade. What the hell? Okay, look for creepy murderer guys. They apparently sometimes can give you things in exchange for water, I guess. Be interested in some ammo? Already cleared out that guy's stock. Let's check across the river. Actually, I'm going to go talk to the Elder Vlad first. So as far as trying to figure out what the hell this game is and what the core gameplay loop is, I think that I'm going to rush down the main story quest that pops up every day and spend the rest of the day trying to do side quests and, like, look through people's garbage. Bandage. Okay. Crazy murder guys give you bandages in exchange for water. That makes perfect sense. Nothing weird about that, no sir.
It's hard for us to believe in.
Thought maybe she would give me some insight to convince her father to donate to this cause. Vlad the Elder.
So Saburov wants power. The girl is fine.
He has nothing to say. Lame. So that time when he's like, don't talk to my father, he's like, seriously don't. Doesn't matter. You're a regular guy, not a crazy murder man. Cool. $16.50. How much do I need? Got 2 meat, 3 bread, 1 dried fish. So I need 2 fish, 1 meat. Cannot afford both here. Oh, we got it all now. Okay. Go turn this shit in. I think I ended up having to spend some of my own money on the process, but I guess that makes sense. Maybe she'll give me one of the loaves of bread. I spent basically the entire first day assuming that, like, I would turn around and a creepy thing would be following me. I think when you first leave the starting house, there's this really weird-looking creature outside that nobody comments on as being strange. And it shows up in some of the paintings in the game later on. It's like, am I hallucinating? Like, what is the character's deal in this game? Oh, girl, how much shotgun ammo are you sitting on? None. Just drugs. How about we barter? Oh, tourniquets. So, how do those work in terms of my actual health right now? Because I am not at full health. Does it only help you if you're like immediately after getting injured or something? Can I just use them as on-demand healing?
What?
Here is what you asked for. Just all you managed to buy. Bring it out to the empty house in the flank. Shirtless Cape Kid, what's up? He's got all the drugs, but doesn't want anything that I have. Okay. Let me, can I pause this game? I'm gonna make some notes in my file here. So, okay. Collect bottles from trash, which regenerates daily. Fill bottles at carts. Trade water bottles with psycho-looking punched over men for bandages. Trade garbage children for drugs and ammo. Literally true. Sell drugs and ammo at profit. Okay. Oh, I guess also check letters. Side quests don't necessarily appear on map until you talk to side quest NPC. Could have a robust future Marstead text file here. I'm not gonna know what the hell I'm doing. Do you get better sale prices for relevant goods? Like if I bring pharmacy materials to a pharmacy, will they pay me more than any other NPC? It seems like they all have the same prices on stuff, but I can't tell. Trinket and bandage are worth a decent amount. Just hold on to them for now. And does exhaustion have any ill effects before it maxes out? Exhaustion or hunger, or is it just something you want to deal with it before it fills up? Whoa! That's creepy. Why would she send me to a creepy house? Executor. Everyone's dead here, see? No one knows why. It's an echo of yesterday's vendetta. What am I supposed to do with the provisions? The dead have no use for it. Give your belongings to Lara. Wasn't it she that asked you to bring food? She wanted to call her shelter the house of the living, didn't she? I'm supposed to refashion her home into a Lazar house now? Lara only has a few days left. Do persuade her to make the most of them. Is she going to die? We're not the ones in charge here. We only know one thing for certain. It won't take long. We have nothing to do with it. Who does then? I'll find a way to get to you. Just you wait. That seems bad, whatever that is. Creepy. Okay. I don't know that other people can see those things. Maybe we should be like, oh, don't worry about it. You can have all that food. Like, good. I need it. Don't have enough garbage for you, lady. I'm sorry. there's another psychopath. Trade me bottles of water. Here you go. It's a very sense-making, sensical economy. Pathologic, the game of garbage arbitrage. Garbitrage. Yo.
Haruspex was offered 100,000 for his inheritance. He refused.
There are very odd orderlies staying by the house you directed me at. They're using theatrical masks and costumes as disease protection. Always be able to find room and board at your place. These are nuts. I've been given some today. It's great luck. They come from an old cache. Do you know how to use them? Crack them before eating? Don't eat them, barter them. Our children would turn themselves inside out for these nuts. Keep that in mind, especially if you want to barter for something dangerous. Why do they value nuts so highly? Child takes a nut and it sends it on all sorts of adventures. At some point, adults took all nuts away from the kids. They thought this game provoked them to do something risky themselves. The children remember almost every nut in the town by heart. What? Does each have its own story? Oh wow, it's a lot of nuts. Okay. Always be able to get room and board here. Peanuts, an earth nut. Occupied the lowest tier in the hierarchy of the children's game of nuts. Hazelnuts. Used to be a large stockpile of tree nuts in warehouse 1, warehouse 11. Notkin's friends made off with 4 sacks. Who knew kids love nuts so much? Don't think this is worth the trade though, because I think ammo is worth the most money from these kids. Maybe the shotgun shells. Let's go garbitrage. Oh, different kids value different nuts. Interesting. What's up, kid? Lockpick, eh? Interesting. Is the lockpick an actual usable object, or is it just garbage to sell? Lens could be set into an optical apparatus. Weird. Okay. Simple locks on the doors of typical houses. Shotgun shells. Here, have a walnut. She doesn't like nuts. Who even are you? Psychos give you bandages in exchange for water. Oh. Treasure trove. Oh, but she doesn't like nuts. Damn it. This guy walking around town offering pistachios to kids. Excuse me. Do you have any drugs or ammunition? I'll give you some walnuts. Yes, I do. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, lemons, oranges, and coconut shells? Oh, yeah. Oh, melons, that makes more sense. Man, sometimes you just can't find kids that are willing to exchange ammo for nuts. What is this world coming to? Where is Stillwater? I gotta buy some food and rest soon, or things are gonna go bad. No, she has good ammo, but she doesn't want hazelnuts. This game is like Shenmue on acid. Shenmue was already Shenmue on acid. Yeah, you're not wrong. Crocodile.
We sometimes differ more widely from ourselves than we do from others.
I learned a lot of things in the last couple days I would never consider to be true before. Simon died of the sand pest. My colleague Rubin suspects as much. I can't leave, but I can help you leave. I once jumped off a building and only survived by a miracle. All of us won't fit into even the longest of trains.
I wonder what Harrispeck's inheritance is. We sometimes...
Stamatin can help me escape. She just randomly looks all weirdly anime. I assume that all those paintings are like submitted by fans of the game or something. Ooh, a razor. Money in the bank. Shorty, what's your drink? Shenmue, but instead of having a budget of $50 million, it had a budget of like $500. Oh, he likes the lenses. They apparently do something though. Weird. Razors seem worth selling. Probably just do that. So is my immunity, excuse me, capped at my current health, I guess? I think I gotta say screw it and start selling stuff to buy food for myself. Give me ammo, kid. Hey, look at that. Living the dream. Oh, but he underpays for hazelnuts. Ah, you... Screw you. No, the nuts don't give you very much healing. The lady even warns you, don't eat them. It's a waste. I may have already eaten some in a previous episode. Bread, dried fish, smoked meat. Not great. Let me go find a house to sleep in. As they said, I can always freely sleep in this building up here. Still not clear whether it's safe to explore the town at night.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Good.
I think I'm fading. My clothes are worn into holes.
Infected meat cause the disease. There's no food at all. Save it for a rainy day. Let us all hope. Staying out after curfew. This is what we call a bad idea. All the shops close. Yeah, do I need to already have my food situation handled before I do this? Probably. Maybe not. It's a brand new day. Is anything cheaper now? Ah, fuck. Yes, it is cheaper. Ooh, hazelnuts are cheap. Let's go look for some more food shops now that food's cheaper. Probably should not have bought that super expensive food last night. But I just assumed things were going to get more expensive before they get cheaper. Evening letter from the powers that be, day 2. We'll be sending a special train carrying medicine, sanitary equipment, and personnel. We expect the train to arrive in 4 days. The Inquisitor travels separately. If the sanitary train reaches the town before the Inquisitor, the personnel and equipment therein will be yours to manage. The person in charge of the sanitary expedition will be duly instructed to collaborate. I hope by that time you'll have exhaustive information as to what the nature of the disease is. Sent on behalf of the Manipulatory Laboratory. Looking for other food shops. I think there might be one southeast of me. Hey, Psycho. You have some backup water. Well, that happens. I gotta go back here. They mentioned it after the new day started. Think I saved somewhat recently. Oh, pretty far away though, geez. Just before I rested. I assume prices change right when the day turns over, so I don't want to waste time.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Heading there after I get my food situation handled. Whoops, never mind. That's good. I didn't realize I didn't start with ammo. Doo-doo. This is fine.
The rulers had to accept something was wrong. The terrifying discoveries have convinced them. One of them managed to curb the family feud.
Bad news. The governor will abuse his power, and the rest won't let him get away with this. Nothing's changed.
The town was placed in quarantine. From now on, the infected districts will be locked down, and no one will be able to leave until the situation is resolved.
Well, it won't be. They won't figure it out.
Theaters are still open during an epidemic?
When we do not find peace of mind in ourselves, it is useless to seek it elsewhere. There is great ability in knowing how to conceal one's ability.
This guy's portrait is so delightful.
A wrong place invites a fatal turn of events.
Is coming into the theater whenever that thing pops up ever anything like important? Does it set any event flags, or is it just weird? Like, I guess maybe that's a spoiler. Totally a vampire. Gonna see if I can change out the trash, see if all the trash cans have been changed out, since I'm doing okay on exhaustion. I don't think I found anything in any of the trash cans. Do they not change over until later in the day? Need to mod it so I can like mark trash cans I've already checked. I think I know what the murder guy looks like from a distance at least, so that's useful. Oh man, random hazelnuts. Nice. I thought you could only randomly find money when walking around. That's nice.
I'm on my last legs. I can't take it anymore.
By some happy coincidence, I managed to get my hands on a vessel I can recover the pathogen from. All set to research the vaccine. Rather avoid tapping into that source I mentioned, unless I absolutely have to. Can we possibly produce a vaccine with the scarce equipment we have? Solution that would temporarily bolster the immune system. Where are we going to get the dead tissue from? Bring a sample or two from one of the infected quarters. Be doubly careful, make sure to get the dissection fully cleared with one of the rulers, else the risk would be twice as high as needs be. What is this additional danger you speak of? Oh yeah, that's not so difficult as it is, but to take samples I need syringes, sterile containers, ice packs. I see none of those here. You do understand this makes further work impossible, don't you? Now, let's see, let's investigate the matter, apprehend the looters, and recover the medicine. Pay a visit to Governor Saburov. Don't go to Vlad. Okay. Saburov. I just walked in here to talk to a random guy, so maybe this is going to be my quest chain for day 3? I was just going to go in all of the labeled houses. Figured, why not? Maybe the other red door has something going on today. You guys are fun. Seems like a save the game kind of room.
What?
Welcome, dear guest. Where am I? Brotherhood of Thieves. 2 options now. Dine in hell with us or run like hell from us. You go in peace. I'm a doctor. Next time you exit will cost extra.
I hope it's anything but what happened 5 years ago. There's no cure from the sand pest.
Let's have a look under your counter. Don't you fret, that's for personal use. Oh. Black market. Repellent, jack boots, ankle boots, ammo. Okay. You guys are creepy. Why are you like this? Alright, I guess I'll go ahead to the main story step. I assume if I waited until later in day 3, I would have gotten a breadcrumb to go there. I'm not going to mess around with the let's escape the town one unless if I get it to come back up on the map. I figured that that was just going to, they're not going to let you like get early credits or something. It's like, hey, content's content. That scope recharges over time, it looks like. Creepy murder man across the water. Murdering somebody as we speak. Come on, old man, beat him. You can do it. I guess I'll try to help. I tried to save you. It's the other guy not interactable. Is fighting the brigands bad in any way? Like, this seems like the kind of game that might track that. I don't need to know any of the specifics. I'm just curious if it tracks you killing night bandits. my clothes. Does durability matter in this game until it gets to 0%? Does it just need to be repaired before then? So it looks like a murder guy. Nothing to see here, move along.
You've changed. Or am I imagining things?
This is one of the other characters? I shall see to it that the people of Gobo's Toggler, who will of necessity have to surrender their lives to me, will not have given them in vain. The new generation will not include mortal enemies. The new world will be built on universal love and concord. Damn. So that's how you talk now. Doesn't sound like your own words, though. What?
See?
Are you intending to build a new world? We'll exterminate all those who try to play the antagonism of day and night, or of reason and the earth, to their own advantage. Exterminate those who've made the Olgimsky and Kain class the banner of war. Are you alright, girl? Feeling sick, maybe? Someone's gonna have to cleanse away the filth. How are you gonna cleanse away the filth? Everyone's at risk. Death will more than once raise its scythe over many. Death is bound to raise its scythe over every link of the Tagler. With your permission, I'll now leave. Has Governor Saburov heard this diatribe yet?
Yes?
No comments. Far-off bells always ring sweet.
What is this disease?
Who can grant me permission to work with dead bodies? Only a butcher knows how to disjoint the wholeness of a bull carcass. Only a few people in the can who can dissect a man. The wardens. Isidor Barak was one of them. His knife pierced many a body. I just need to extract a blood sample. Sicking the dead is taboo. Changeling run is the strangest. Man, it's kind of hard to imagine stranger. I can give it a try, right? You mean the patrol wouldn't just be passive, but actively try to murder me for doing our common job? Aim is getting greater and greater by the day. Yeah, I don't need advice. I need order in the town and a shred of common sense. Thanks, Army. Examine the dead bodies at your own risk. If you're spotted, do your best and flee the scene before you're attacked. Find clothes that would hide your identity. Who could have thought being a humanitarian would put my life at risk, huh? Oh, she gave me a drape. Thanks. Apparently that was all a bonus.
That's okay, I'll make it. I'm made of wood.
Need to work with dead bodies. Let's hold this work demands your sanction. Is that true? Local superstition prohibits any violation of a body's integrity. Add a cult of the dead on top. If they see you dissecting a corpse, they might tear you to pieces. It's already happened once. It's essential for my work. Let us pretend this conversation never happened. Turn to your new acquaintances. They could really do anything you ask. I should hope the infected districts have already reconsidered this reactionary, prejudiced stance. Butchers, no qualms about cutting bodies. Tradition gives them a hereditary right to perform this sacred act. I've had the pleasure of meeting one of them. He was a fugitive criminal. Olgimsky had them locked up after one of their strikes. Said on the eve of the blockade, a group of butchers did not make it to the termitary on time. Someone's hiding them. There's a house here in Earth whose dwellers know who it is. Take a chance. Thank you. Excellent advice. Great. Runaway butchers go there. Creepy? Okay. Got it. That seems bad. That wasn't there before, I don't think. Yeah, there's new music and that gross red moss on everything. Affected areas are off limits. Keep out. I want to barter. Granted emergency powers. Better safe than sorry. Keep in mind they're all crazy, mad, and insane, and they're possessed. If they attack you, run anywhere, don't kill them. We'll have to intervene and beat you within an inch of your life. How in the world does that work? Protected? Distributed pills among us, told them was on your orders. Okay, yeah, the pills that hurt your health but boost your immunity temporarily. Okay, so this is the first day that we've got a quarantined area. So I'm gonna try to just run to where this other house is. Spooky. It's interesting you don't actually start seeing the plague until this late into the game. Oh, there's a murder guy. Doo-doo-doo. Because once he's aggroed on somebody else, I might be able to fight him with relative impunity. Creepy clapping sounds when you do that, though. Oh, I get his knife. It's probably a better weapon. Casual murderer walking down the street, no problem. Not as good as a scalpel in a face-to-face fight, but can instantly kill if stabbing in the back. It's got better durability. Yeah, so I know it's kind of a spoiler, and I don't need any of the specifics, but does the game track if I kill a night bandit in any way? I don't need to know like what it does, but I'm just curious if it even tracks it in the first place. That guy seems like a murder man. Run away! Nope, that's not happening. Okay. It plays like a creepy sound effect whenever you do kill somebody, so I was wondering if there's some kind of official system. It'll affect how I play the game. Oops. I don't know if crouching is actually sneaking in this game or if it's just there because source engine. Shit. They always get the jump on you if you get into combat like that. I'm gonna stop trying to save around this guy. I thought maybe I could sneak behind him, but it looks like he saw me around the corner. I think let's just have really simple detection. Sickly man. Take it, use it wisely. 100. Oh, maybe it's like a karma system? Because it also gave me the clapping and the little kid laughing when I gave some money to a rando. So maybe it was happy karma that I killed the murder man. So that makes me think there is such a system. What can I do for you? Must have been the guy that was walking down this alley earlier. There he is. I'm gonna see if I can do this whole backstab thing it mentions. If it doesn't work, I'll just leave him alone. Oh, now he's walking towards me. Never mind. Oh, it's aggroing somebody else. It's the dream, actually. Who needs to sort through trash cans when you can just kill murderers? Much. Okay. Not a lot of swings, turns out. I've been in here before.
Yes.
You are concealing runaway butchers in this very house. Is that leather?
Is it really that deadly? Yes, it is.
On my own accord, I need your help. Why on earth would the wise serpent seek anyone's help? I need the tissue of a sand plague victim. Only find dead victims in infected houses. Since you appear to be alive, you've never entered a single one of them. You'll have 5 to 10 minutes if you do, then the infection strikes with the expected results. Perhaps you could find a single runaway that would agree to help? What would he want in return? Go ahead and speak. Use that influence, tell him to stop persecuting runaways. It's no longer a revenge situation, but he's all too eager. Takes the guy quite some time to calm down, huh? Is this character supposed to be, like, 13? I'll try. That's a murder man, isn't it? Wait, that might just be a regular psychopath who trades you water. Yeah. Not a murder man. Murderman. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Stalker and Graveyard Keeper are both like this. I was trying to connect it to like this idea of hypernormalization. Weird general creepiness that everyone just agrees to pretend isn't there. So I'll just go about our day because we have to go about our day about worse things. Stalker is very much that. It's a really odd game. It was kind of hard for me to get into as a result. Oh, hello. Antibiotic that kills microbes in the organism and suppresses growth. Halves the level of infection. That's probably good to have some of those. Stalker is extra creepy because it's all taking place in Pripyat. It's like very explicitly Roadside Picnic inspired, where there's this... They take the whole idea of the zone and they apply it to the Chernobyl exclusion zone. But it's not just like radiation, things are also weirdly mystical in a way that the game's not super clear about. Like, the elephant's foot is capable of granting wishes or something? I'm still not entirely sure what happened in that game. I was going to say I've never played anything like it until I played this in Graveyard Keeper, tonally. Whatever happens, these people must live.
Swine. Beasts. I shouldn't have indulged their whims.
I'd like to offer you a bargain. It has to do with your fugitives. Stop pursuing them. What do you want in return? I need the right this caste seems to possess. They will dissect bodies for me. That is a respectable motivation. It's a dangerous and complicated task that requires many hands. No desire to make deals with that type. Do you have a counteroffer which would suit us both? Unique resource you have. Your influence with the Kains. I'll cease to pursue the butchers if Georgiy ceases to pursue a young Barak. He isn't guilty. He has an airtight alibi against all charges, which I'm willing to confirm. Why do you care for Isidor's son so much? We have a common goal. You're saying he's completely innocent, right? This request does you credit. I was certain you would ask yourself. So stop torturing me about the termitary. I'm tired of repeating it. It's clean. That's why I closed it in the first place. You've just suggested an excellent idea to me. Stop the persecution and I'll kindly spare the Kains my opinion of what's inside. Oh, the Skinners is infected just like the Crucible before. You have my word as a merchant. What is this word boos Vlad? Boos Vlad? The word of a merchant provides a reliable assurance. Alright, back to the weird kid. Stalker's like an open world FPS. It's like kind of like Fallout, but like Fallout 3, but very differently structured in a way that I thought was interesting. As far as I could tell, Fallout 3 doesn't really have any areas that are only accessible when you have significant radiation protection. And that's absolutely a thing in Stalker. There's a lot of area gating, like there's a area pretty early on that has really, really dangerous enemies that you're kind of intended to go in the late game, but maybe you could tolerate it in the early game if you're smart. Honorific title given to leaders that means bull. Thanks. So boss isn't an unfair... Gotta fix my hunger soon. Oh, other side. Four a.m. Big Apple, 3 a.m. Doll continues to be creepy.
Is it really that deadly? Yes, it is.
Big Vlad agrees. He swore from this point on, not a single runaway in the town would be killed on his orders. Sealed and delivered. I'll send 3 butchers to the infected skinners. They'll be waiting for you there. If they manage to find a dead body, cut it and survive to see you, that is. All done in an hour. Makes sense for me to go with them straight away then, wouldn't it? Leave the Shabnak cut the dead open. Conduct reconnaissance before you go to the infected district. Prepare for the field trip well. Place leaves you less chances than a mincing machine would. The patrolmen guarding the infected houses have already consumed half the confiscated drugs. No time to procrastinate. Okay. So I don't have any idea where the Skinner district is. Was it the area that I bumped into earlier that had the quarantine set up? This game likes to give you map indicators until it doesn't. Kill the murder man. The replacement knife. Got another jerk over here stabbing somebody, it looks like. Several jerks, yikes. I assume it's this region here. Granted emergency powers. So it's somewhere here. There should be butchers here, I guess. Oh, that's bad. Saw that in the spooky house earlier. Oh, there's like rats and shit here. Gross. Huge rats. Who's distributing all the weird claw things? It's a good question. I have no idea where these butchers are supposed to be. They said they'll be here in an hour. I might need to Google this, but I'm worried that if I Google it, it'll give something away. Could someone who's familiar with at least this part of the game help me out? Let me give you the quest text. Skinner district is contaminated. I hope that one of the 3 butchers that Aspity dispatched there is able to return with a suitable specimen. So he told me to meet them out here, but I don't know if I have to get here exactly an hour after that started, which would be 5 a.m. These guys are the guards. Okay, trash cans have definitely updated their contents. Oh, creepy. Let's not get attacked by a plague rat, shall we? I'm gonna Google it myself here in a second, try to avoid spoilers. Pub, Sticky's house. There's the previous creepy house. Maybe I'm supposed to go there? So I have to go like a weird way to get to it. Thank you. Check around the yard southeast of Sticky's yard, behind Isidor's house in the wasteland of the Bone Pole. Sticky's up here. Guess that's where I saw the rats before. Combat knife, not as good as a scalpel as it comes to being a melee weapon. Guard near a dead Skinner. The Skinners are the guys in the creepy, like, plague cloaks. This might be it. Definitely groups of guards, but really good job of making the abattoir be really creepy. Detected? So the living plague victim, it looked like. I don't think I have Isidor's house, unfortunately. That villain to chop up a lad like that, he must have known his trade well, dressing carcasses and the like. Carrying the body with all the cuttings. Why wasn't the body returned to the family? I see. Taken to the cemetery. I don't think I've been to the cemetery, have I? Do I know where it is? Shoot. Might be Grace's Lodge. Okay, well that was the event flag we needed. We need to quickly look up Pathologic cemetery location. I'll do that in a second. Yeah. Is it this area over here with the Grace's Lodge? Okay, yeah, it is then. Thank you. Seems mildly familiar. Murder man. The other townsfolk are effectively tanks. Not a great tank in that case. Nope. I guess the thrown dagger does a shitload of damage. Tank went down like a blade. Shit. Oh, okay, it's baby crying when you kill an innocent person. I see, because I think I stabbed them by accident. Garbitrage in this seems like they were trying to do with bartering and Fallout. Except lose from any desire for things to make any kind of sense. Yeah, I feel like the bartering system in Fallout doesn't work for me. I get what they're trying to do, but the flavor fails. I like the idea of having to keep track of, oh, kids like sharp things and kids like fancy nuts. Oh, that actually took. It's kind of cool. Sorry I couldn't save you, guy. Mostly here for the weird claws and giant stacks of cash. Laughing, clapping baby is my reward for murdering bandits. Don't see a way to fit down there. To go all the way around, it looks like. Give it a shot. Guessing at 6 a.m. the murder bandits go away. Is it a murder bandit or a water trading psychopath? I think it's a water psychopath. See you, baby. This guy running away because he's found a target across the river? Oh my god. It's a man on a mission. Thank you, laughing and clapping child. Or rather, you're welcome. Water Psycho. I think I've got some water to trade you. Oh, but you don't have any... Man... Got my face. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That would be appropriate music for this game when it becomes morning time. Water Psycho. Empty. That would be nice, especially for all of the trash cans all over the place too. Holy crap, it let me do that. I was looking at it like, this isn't gonna work. Russian Wind Waker in disguise. Termina would probably be better music for this game, where it gets creepier over time, starts incorporating Ganon's theme. Then I got ran over by a train. This train runs all the time. Did you guys get me some cuttings? Is this body brought from an infected district? I need it for my work. 10,000 money, and it's yours. Governor Saburov is not my commanding officer. I'm a volunteer. Perhaps we could strike a bargain? Oh. Nope. Wait, so... is this a different quest from the butchers, then? Because I was supposed to be paying for butchers to go out there, but I couldn't find anybody. like to keep my 10,000 monies. Thank you very much. Hopefully it's not that it's just too late for me to do the butcher thing. Right, the body of the butcher cut open was taken to the cemetery. So the butcher thing was relevant here. Okay. Know your place. Okay, so I get evil karma.
My chest hurts. Can it be conscience?
But okay, hold on. I don't understand if this is something that's supposed to happen quest-wise, or if this is a result of me having made a mistake. I don't think it's possible for me to have 10,000 money. Well, maybe. I looted every trash can and murdered every hobo in town. But I only have 2,700. And that's after looting a lot of hobos. She could strike a bargain. I'm confused. I'm gonna pause and look it up. I don't want to lose karma if we assume that's what the crying baby sound effect is supposed to be. It's interesting that they killed me the first time. I think they're not supposed to. Yeah, I think I just found that. So you just have to lose the reputation if you don't have the money, which I definitely don't have, so. So I avoided getting punched that time.
I will
Okay, I'll read it
restore
this
the order
time.
here, rest assured.
I appreciate that. As you can see, there's an unknown Ripper on the loose, twice a criminal for daring to raise his knife against the inviolability of the body, for defiling the sacred peace of the dead. I told him you weren't the real Ripper. He started a manhunt for the real one. How am I supposed to look in the eyes of those whom I promised non-interference? No names are named. Whoever is caught dissecting a body will be summarily executed and made an example of. What am I to do now? Patrolmen were keeping watch at the cemetery. Right now there's no one there. I will task them with blockading an infected district. I will dispatch the next shift of guards to the cemetery 10 minutes. Do you hear? 10 minutes after you leave. You have a 10-minute head start to do what you need to do. That's interesting. I understand and appreciate what this act has cost you. Okay. Can I get all the way back there in 10 minutes, though? It's a challenge. So many plague rats. Can you not, though, Mr. Plague Rat? There's a murder guy here, too. Murderman. If I check my map in midair, I guarantee that I maintain forward momentum when I come out of the map screen as this rat chases me all the way across the map. Maybe, yeah. Despawn the rat, please. Thank you. I don't know how much of a reputation hit it took. I don't even know how reputation is tracked in this game. Clearly it is, as denoted by the sounds of babies crying or giggling at you. Yeah, no problem. Assume I'm already doing pretty okay from the number of murder hobos I killed at night. That tells me that I should definitely stay out at night. I was expecting to get attacked by ghosts or Baba Yaga or some kind of Russian hellbeast. Like, I keep expecting to turn around and have some kind of Slender Man style monster shoot at the screen and jump scare you. Like, I don't think this game would do that, but it seems like the kind of game that would do that, if it makes sense. Especially from the way it starts, or you see that creepy executor creature outside the area. Corpse blood. No problem. Morning of the third day has come. Infected yesterday, 47. Died, 36. Missing, 13. It all ends in less than 10 days. Which the Bachelors offer to hunt the elusive enemy and evaluate the chances of necrosis. Well, lucky you, I happened to walk into the quest building, like, immediately 6 hours ago. So I got a heck of a head start. We're gonna have so much time for rifling through garbage today. You think you rifle through garbage in Earthbound? Let me tell you about Pathologic. Garbatrage the game. Curing a pandemic, or I guess an epidemic, is merely a sub-loop of the main gameplay loop. Trading garbage to children in exchange for drugs is the main thing you do in this game. Drugs and ammo. The real friends, the garbage we collected along the way. Visit me at the Crucible at your earliest convenience, and their misfortunes befallen us. You have to pretend you don't dig through people's garbage like in Stardew. I'm excited to play more Stardew. It seems like it has that similar progression stuff that I thirst for, but in a Harvest Moon style game. Except chiller than Harvest Moon. Wait, you're a different model of person? Do you trade stuff? Can you repair this device? Oof. think I'd rather just use my daggers. It seems to work well enough as long as I let other townsfolk tank the damage. Maybe it won't work so well against ghosts or whatever the fuck else is in this game. There actually is nothing supernatural going on, and the final boss is just trading the ultimate garbage with the ultimate child. The ultimate ammo.
What is this disease?
Such a dubious endeavor can be called an operation at all. Corpse blood.
The grip of the manhunt is tightening.
That's cool. Can I use a lens with it?
Time is of the essence.
Things dead, the dead tissue would not allow the microbial culture to survive. And if tried to force the bacteria to reproduce, the problem is there are no bacteria left. The culture has perished. Quite the opposite. This is outstanding. We've discovered a law that suggests that sandpest does not linger in dead bodies. As soon as it kills an infected person, it leaves. It needs warm blood rich in oxygen to survive. Oh, that's cool. Causes a massive contamination of the blood, and so doing it overloads the cardiac muscle. The infected suffers a stroke. Something we didn't know before. This is cool. We're to acquire the potent living microbial culture to get our hands on a still beating heart. This is borderline absurd. Work must no longer be delayed. Something as simple as house walls might provide a certain level of protection. Killer's life cycle is very short. There's natural restriction on how fast the disease can spread. As soon as the infection kills whoever it carries, it dies. I mean, my understanding from COVID is that any disease that's like this, that is highly infectious, highly fatal, is likely not to be very successful because people will freak out so badly and not spread it as much. Though the enemy is invisible and ubiquitous, it's far from invulnerable. I don't know, it's not that invisible. You can totally, like, juke a plague cloud in this game, which is kind of cool. Oh shit, I'm already done. Hey, look at that, walking into random houses at 1 in the morning paid off. Tissue extracted from the corpse did not contain the microbe. It perished together with the host. Come to the conclusion it may be possible to curb any spreadings of the disease. Full isolation will be essential. Inner walls perhaps may offer some kind of protection. Glass walls in particular. Okay, so that means I can spend the rest of today dicking around. Giving walnuts to children in exchange for shotgun shells. I did get a letter with a side quest, it looked like, so go talk to Georgiy Kain. Definitely learned that if I want to have money, at least for now, I should try, let me add this to my notes, that I should try to do all of my work from midnight to 6 a.m. Try to be out at night, kill burglars, let burglars attack friendly NPCs who tank, then stab them in the back with a butcher knife. 2 to 3 stabs to kill. Tons of money plus positive reputation. Daily quest becomes available at 6 a.m., but you can apparently start it by just talking to random important NPCs starting at 12 a.m. Heal up, hunger plus exhaustion and begin the day right at midnight. Got it. It is now day 4? I think today's day 3, actually. Yeah, this is day 3. Now that it's daytime again, there are children to barter with. Ooh, jackpot. Nice. Well, I haven't seen any, so maybe they don't come out until later. Yeah, I'm liking it now that I'm understanding the core loop a little bit better. As a streamer, there are certain games, especially older games, where I can get lost. It's easy to forget where I was or what I was doing. I could spin my wheels for an hour not making progress. I could make a mistake that leads to a soft lock later down the line. And I could be very bad at it, which could delay progress. And if any of those things are true, or all of them are true, it creates for a lot of stress leading up to the day I'm going to play it. Like, I'm not particularly pumped about playing super long Japanese RPGs, but the way they're laid out these days, at least I know that it's going to, like, there's going to be someone standing behind me pushing me forward constantly, and I won't ever get lost. So I'll go to boot up Trails of Cold Steel and be like, this is going to be no problem. Just read the text and play the game. It's not even a problem. Not even an issue. I think I have enough notes for Pathologic that I should be covered next time too, now that I kind of better understand the quest system, the side quest system. But before today, before booting it up, I was like, oh god, is Raker just going to watch me wander around the town for 3 hours and then reload my save? Yeah, I wonder if it keeps track of the dying townsfolk. It's an interesting question. No, you're good. I would have, I guess I should clarify, that anxiety is not necessarily based on distance between episodes. I think this being a 4-hour episode is probably a good way to do it. Like, if this had won the vote and I was playing this every week, I would have that anxiety from week to week until I had figured out what the core gameplay loop was a little bit better. Now I think I get it. Yeah, I guess the it's not like a huge deal. I'm not like freaking out, like really severe anxiety, but a good comparison is probably like an RTS game where I can't be sure that every second of play represents a second of progress, you know? That I could boot up Warcraft 2 and do so badly on the map that I lose 2 hours just from being bad at it. That's the fear. Interesting. So food was cheaper in the morning, I think. Oh, whatever. I need to eat now or I'm going to die. Playing an RTS is... That would be an 11. Stress. I'd probably say stress more than anxiety. Although anxiety's there too. This is like a... Before I started playing today, it was like a 5. And then after I played for about 30 minutes, it was like a 4. Or a 3. Oh, fresh fish was twice as much? Okay, I must have missed... Everything was $16.50, but I didn't realize that fresh fish was more expensive. Because when at midnight, when I went to this shop, like a loaf of bread was $8.50, which I was excited about. Sell those to children. It seems like that's the best use of those, is to give them to young kids. Totally reasonable. Can you cook the meat? Oh, you can't cook it, you just eat it. Okay. It's like, it sounds like flavor text for this game. That's more like it. Now let's go rest. No, I think you're right. I think that the dried fish and the stale bread is what was $16.50 and everything else was more expensive the previous day. I'm guessing that it recovers less health. Oh, and my health going down because my exhaustion's so high? Shit. Does that make sense? I had a little pop-up earlier that seemed to suggest that. Okay, bandages just heal you. Got it. And they're better healing than tourniquets, it looks like. We had that. Use bandages to recover health. Got it. This looks good. I'll hold this for now. Definitely less at risk of really bad things happening. Because the rain effect in this game is creepy. Georgiy Kain, let's go. Hey, I was about to say, where are all the children? I need to get ammo and drugs from them. Don't need a lockpick. They don't come out until like noon, it seems like. I always screw that up. Looks like a door from a distance. Yo.
Who could have thought? A plague is staring us in the face.
A new calamity has befallen us. The house in which Reuben lived and worked has been tainted by infectious mold and fallen prey to the looters. Search every nook and cranny, neither Reuben nor Simon's body are in the house. How would you explain the absence of the body? Reuben decided to remove the body. He must have taken it to some hidden location he considered safe. Let's hope that Reuben will get in touch soon. Going to ask me for help? Yeah, the stuff about Simon at the beginning was super weird. Like, yeah, he was basically immortal. Task is far from trivial. Where do I even start? Body of the immortal. Let's talk to Victor. I thought Reuben said this morning that he had been watching the body closely all day. It's creepy.
There's buzzing in my ears.
Waiting for your brother's body. Olgimsky's son will be the person I turn to. Young Vlad, nicknamed Karen. You already asked him. Thought we'd managed to put an end to all disputes between the ruling families. There could never be an end to disputes between our families. It's as impossible as reuniting day with night. Riot coincided suspiciously with Isidor's return from the steppe and the outbreak of the epidemic. Let's go with your brother succumbed to the disease. Told to Maria in a dream that the cause of Simon's death is hiding at the termitary. I intend to find out why Big Vlad refuses so adamantly to open it. I'll try to ask Vlad the Younger. He believes in the precepts of vassal ethics. He has no reason to conceal a crime. He'd never help us knowing that we're acting against his father's best interests. Notwithstanding our respect for each other. Respect your adherence to such principles. Off we go. Getting some frame drops right now. It doesn't look like it's particularly severe, but I'll continue to monitor it. We still kind of have crazy snow out here in New Mexico. Children, need to give you like a Pied Piper whistle or something. Hey, What do you got for me? Drugs? Drugs. Oh, they really like murder knives. Damn. So yeah, killing the midnight murder hobos is a really good idea. Both to have a renewable weapon for killing more murder hobos and to sell to these kids. Okay. I don't actually want any of his crap though. Wait, how much does he give me for these things? 1? Still a pretty good deal on the whole. Pathologic might be the first game I've ever played where I'm incentivized to protect children because they're my main supply line for drugs. Pigtail's girl is the worst. She doesn't have any drugs, she doesn't have any ammo. Well, sometimes she has ammo. I don't know what she wants from me, though. She doesn't accept any of the things that children generally prefer. The structure is really weird. I haven't checked it out. I would, yeah. Do I take a reputation hit for climbing up this thing? What the fuck? Maybe it's just generic, creepy baby crying. I guess I don't mind kids being exempted from danger, provided that the game doesn't go about pretending like the kids are in danger when they secretly have character shields, you know? Like this game, the kids just don't spawn at night, and that's the only time murderers show up, so... Whatever, that's fine.
It's all very suspicious.
Rubin disappeared, his home has been infected and looted. Neither his body nor Simon's was there. Where could he have gone? Why should I suspect that? I guess this is how I was supposed to find Rubin instead of just walking into the room he was in accidentally. Okay. Is that what you think? Neither Rubin nor Simon were in the dead house. That means Rubin has at least attempted to move the keeper's body to another place. Do my family a favor. It's a little dispute between us and the Kains regarding our unwillingness to let our emissaries into the termitary. Why don't you let the inspectors in? Father would not submit to the younger Kain's orders. In this case, Up will soon be taking orders from his 10-year-old son. What's your plan? The closet is full of our own workers. Theirs is full of other people's children. Is the polyhedron closed after the termitary? I'll inspect the polyhedron and talk to Victor. Help me find Simon's body. Polyhedron's all the way up here, right? Epidemic. Written on your recommendation, sent for approval. The address to the townspeople. Following the outbreak of a lethal disease commonly known as sand plague, sand pest, and sand dirt, the town authorities declare a state of emergency. The disease is extremely contagious. Still research as to how it's transmitted. Cases of contact and droplet infection have been confirmed. No vaccine solutions. Townspeople are forbidden to leave their homes unless under special instruction. The possibility of infection is much lower for those who stay indoors. Sterilize household wares, boil clothing, exterminate as many vermin as possible. I assume that people are still going to be outside. A worrying message. Oh wait, no. That's the separate thing, okay. What an Andrea quote. God damn. Finally. I'm just of the opinion that bad things happening are good, actually. At least when it comes to storytelling. And that's like the ultimate bad thing that can happen. It's not that every game should just be grimdark and kill every kid that's in it, but if you're gonna emotionally manipulate the player into being invested in the life of its characters, then you put them in peril. I prefer it when the peril is actual. Try talking to Victor first. Is there a butcher shop near here? Probably gonna learn these buildings soon. It's like a pharmacy. Moving the bodies. Fitting. It's a clothing shop back there. It must be the one across the river. This game makes me sit in a weird hunch and messes with my back. I need to, like, calm down and sit back. You there. Sell me drugs and ammo. Oh yeah. That's what we're talking about. I think I can probably get away with continuing to use the knives. Hey. What's up, dude? Farm animals can't be trusted these days. Fortunately... Probably get some money from the shotgun shells, yeah. Quote me on this. Earlier soccer level. I think what game that could possibly be. I have to show that that Andrea quote to her. I think that's the most Andrea thing she's ever said. I guess I gotta go down this way. I feel like this game would be well served by a mini-map. I don't know if that's something that's in Pathologic too. It's a very normal thing to have in your town. I don't think I've seen this before. What the fuck? Yeah. This is just here, no one thinks it's weird. Hi. Can't go inside or the tower will topple. You think this is funny? Okay. That makes sense. Perfectly reasonable. Is that because of hunger that popped up right there? Because I have some small amount of infection. The result of climbing up here? Hold on. There was no flag for getting up there and talking to the doghead boy. Oh, no, he just already has some infection. Does that mean that... Oh shit. Did I drop that? Okay. %. If I have a small amount of infection like that, is it necessary to clear it immediately with some of those antibiotics, or... You think it gets worse over time once you get any on you, right? I don't know if that worked. I don't want to use it if it's not going to do anything. Unfortunately, that sets me back. What's supposed to clear it then, if not the antibiotics? Thank you. And there's another pharmacy near here that I could go scope out for about a time, but it would be good for me to know for next time. Oh, so the fact that I have a little bit of it, antibiotics can reduce it, but it's just something I have to pay attention to the bar now. I wonder if that was guaranteed to happen when I got the blood, or if I got hit by one of the clouds in the Plague District earlier, or what. Future Marstead, I can't cover everything with an end of video thing, so read the pathologic.txt file in the Future Marstead folder. There's a ton of information in there. I'll be sure to update it after this episode. There's info even going back to episode 1, so scope that out. That should kind of catch you up on what you're doing. The most recent thing we just started talking about here is the fact that you have a little bit of infection. Keep an eye on that meter. Make sure you get food too, because you're gonna start taking damage from hunger soon. I'll leave you by the NPC that you have to talk to.